You must remember what Amalek has done to you, says our Holy Bible. And we do remember, and we are fighting. Our brave troops and combatants who are now in Gaza or around Gaza and in all other regions in Israel are joining this chain of Jewish heroes, a chain that has started 3,000 years ago from Joshua ben Nun until the heroes of 1948, the Six-Day War, the 73 October War, and all other wars in this country. Our hero troops, they have one supreme main goal: to completely defeat the murderous enemy and to guarantee our existence in this country. We've always said, never again. Never again is now.
Mitzvah number 604. So this is based on Deuteronomy 25:19. Cut off the seed of Amalek. Okay? That is, destroy them utterly. Commit cherem against Amalek. And number 605, based on the same verse, blot out the memory of Amalek and don't forget Amalek. So extremist messianic Israeli settlers often invoke Amalek as a justification for the massacre and displacement of the Palestinian people. And by the way, just the other day, the Israeli authorities in the West Bank were literally passing out assault rifles to Israeli settlers. I don't know if you saw that. I mean, settlers who are illegally occupying the West Bank now have assault weapons, military-grade weapons. But anyway, who is Amalek? So Amalek was the first nation to fight against the Israelites according to the Torah, right? So they're also called the Amalekites. So as you mentioned, 1 Samuel 15, King Saul was ordered by God to commit cherem against the Amalekites, to exterminate their men, women, and children and animals, total extermination. King Saul, however, spared the Amalekite king Agag. His name was Agag. Now, in the book of Esther, chapter 3, we're told that Haman, the Persian minister of Xerxes, was an Agagite. In other words, he was a descendant of Agag. In other words, he was an Amalekite. And Haman wanted to exterminate the Jews, according to Esther. So this is the MO of the Amalekites. They want to destroy Israel. Okay, now the Torah also says, it says, Milchama le'Adonai be'Amalek medor dor. The Lord will be at war with Amalek from generation to generation. Medor dor means from generation to generation. In other words, forever, perpetual warfare against Amalek. The Lord declares perpetual warfare against Amalek. Now, modern traditional Jews, they tend to interpret these commandments against Amalek on strictly genealogical grounds. In other words, any and all descendants of Amalek must be killed, irrespective of their culture. This is why when it comes to the 7 nations, conversion, they can actually convert and become a Ben Noach, they follow the Noahidic laws, or they can actually convert to Judaism and become a Ben Barit. But there's difference of opinion about accepting the conversion of an Amalekite. However, many would argue, since it is impossible to identify who is a true Amalekite, this commandment simply cannot be fulfilled. Other traditional authorities, like Maimonides, limit the application of the mitzvah to destroy Amalek to a Jewish king. In other words, only an anointed Jewish king can carry out this mitzvah. Yet other traditional authorities maintain that the commandment only applies to the reign of the Messiah, and that this is after he's taken full possession of Eretz Yisrael, the covenant land or the promised land. However, common among Jewish Zionists is this horrible teaching that the term Amalek refers to any enemy of the Jews in any generation. It's the mindset of Amalek, it's the mentality of Amalek, the culture of Amalek continues perpetually. So the Romans were the Amalek of their day, the Nazis were the Amalek of you understand? They have to find an Amalek in every generation. There was a Jewish professor at UCLA, and a Zionist, Deborah Lipstadt, who famously referred to British historian of German history, David Irving, as, quote, a contemporary Amalek, right? In other words, he deserves to be killed for his views on history. I mean, that's basically what she's saying. This is a dog whistle. Now,
I recommend this book, by the way, by Ilan Pappy, an Israeli historian, now teaching history at Exeter University. As professor, The Ethnic Cleansing of Palestine. This is a highly regarded book, very meticulously researched from authentic primary sources in the IDF's own archives, no less, showing that ethnic cleansing this idea of extermination was there right from the inception, the beginning of Zionism. It's not some kind of late kind of offspring. This is right in the DNA of the ideology itself.
Yeah, exactly. And now, guess upon whom the modern Zionists apply this designation of Amalek more than any other? Well, broadly speaking, anyone who argues for the dissolution of the modern state of Israel is an Amalek. Anyone who argues against the legality of the modern nationalistic apartheid state of Israel, apartheid even according to Nelson Mandela, Desmond Tutu, Jimmy Carter, but more specifically, Iran has been called Amalek. I mean, several days ago, the Israeli Minister of Economy, his name is Nir Barkat, he threatened to, quote, wipe Iran off the face of the earth. Those are his words. And then we have these neocon war hawks in our government, the American government, who have unconditional obedience to Israel. Right? Who do nothing but escalate the situation. And now they're recycling all of this 9/11 rhetoric, the axis of evil, all this type of thing. It's all coming back. Here's another quote. This goes back to modern Amalek, the former director of Israel Land Authority. His name is Benzi Lieberman. He actually said this in 2004. He's a director. So these are people in positions of power. This is a direct quote. The Palestinians are Amalek. We will destroy them. End quote. So now you understand what he means. I mean, he's invoking cherem, genocide of the Palestinian people. This goes back to something that you mentioned, Ilan Pappé, right? The ethnic cleansing of Palestine. This is called Plan Dalet. Plan Dalet in 1947.
That's the Hebrew D. Yeah, Plan D.
The Hebrew D, exactly. Plan D, state enacted Israeli terrorism. So these are religious extremists drunk on messianic fervor. They're trying to inaugurate their messianic age with a massive human sacrifice. This is really evil stuff here. You know what? And I truly believe this. I truly believe that Jewish people who are good and just and compassionate, I truly believe from the bottom of my heart that when the real Messiah comes, they will believe in him and follow him. Now, Paul, I mentioned some of these. I mentioned some of these things about Amalek over a week ago. And then the very next day, Bibi himself, right?
The Prime Minister of Israel.
Prime Minister of Israel, you must remember what Amalek has done to you. Another dog whistle. I mean, the initiated knows what he means, right? But now we know what he means.
Yeah, we know it. You know what it means. I know what it means. I'm just shocked at how few people in the Western media have bothered to report this at all, like the BBC.
Yeah, amazing.
It's just like, it's just not interesting. Why mention it? But of course, it says a dog whistle. For those who know the Bible, for Jews who are well versed in the Torah, they will recognize what's been said then. It is a call to genocide.
Yeah, and his appeal to their 3,000-year legacy going back to Joshua ben Nun. Yes, we know what the Tanakh says about what Joshua did. He implemented cherem upon the ancient Canaanites, right? So this guy, Netanyahu, he even blamed the Holocaust on the Palestinians. This was years ago.
Yes, I remember.
I mean, Norman Finkelstein, he said that this claim is, quote, beyond lunacy. I mean, he blamed the Holocaust on the Palestinians. He's out of his mind. But what else does the Torah say about Amalek? This is what it says. It says, Timche eth zekor Amalek mitachat hashemayim. So that's Deuteronomy 25:19. In Arabic, it says, Umhu dhikra Amalek min tahti sama. You must blot out the very mention of Amalek from under the sun. So right now, as you said, in Western public discourse, there is a disturbing trend. Any defense of the Palestinian people is being branded as supporting terrorism and anti-Semitic. It's a 2-for-1 now. Why this trend? Well, it seems to me the remembrance of Amalek, the very mention of Amalek, must be blotted out. And for these Zionist extremists and zealots, Palestine is Amalek. And Western media is totally controlled by Zionist propaganda. So now just having a Palestinian flag is seen as supporting terrorism and hating Jews. I mean, people are losing their jobs across multiple industries for uttering even a word of support for Palestinian lives, for speaking out against the carpet bombing of civilians. Meanwhile, right now in Palestine, Palestinian families are debating about whether they should all stay in one place or to split up. Because if they split up and Israel drops bombs, at least their entire family won't be killed. This is what Palestinians are doing right now. This is their discussion over the dinner table. This is what a guy he's sitting there with his wife and children. This is what they're discussing. And of course, the Zionists, they release fake images, fake recordings. Look up the Hannibal Directive. God knows what they can do with AI. It's all tricksterism. They have to manufacture consent.